Hey everybody, Danny Maude here. Thanks for joining us. If you're an amateur golfer, the chances are that you're using your fairwoods on a regular basis. You don't hit it as far as the likes of the Bryson DeChambeaus, where they're driving par fives in like driver and irons. You're probably having to use your fairwood on the par fives. You may even find that on par fours, you're not reaching them in two without hitting a fairwood for your second shot. So your ability to use these is really, really important. And if you find yourself hitting balls along the ground, topping them, striking them inconsistently, you know it's so frustrating, isn't it? So what I want to do in this week's golf video, I want to help you out. I want to help you overcome one of the biggest hurdles, one of the reasons why I see so many amateurs hit these things consistently. I want you to stop doing that. I want to help you stop doing that. I'm also going to give you one in-swing thing, one simple tip that you can do during the swing that will really help your consistency. Now, before I do though, look, if you're new to the channel and this is one of your first videos of mine, please consider subscribing. Press that little bell button, next subscribe button, you get notified every time I release a video just like this one. Plus, look, if you watch the video and you do enjoy what you see, there's a free practice plan. You don't have to remember a thing. Just download it, take it to the driving range and go and enjoy. So what are you supposed to be doing to strike a club? Let's get stuck in. Come and have a quick look at this. So what we're supposed to be doing here, in order to strike a fairway wood off the ground, what we want to do is make sure that we're striking the ball, then the ground. So there's a descending blow. What do I see most of the time with golfers struggling? Apart from obviously hitting off the toe and the heel here, what they're doing is they're hitting the ball at the bottom part of their club. They very rarely hit it in the center. They're hitting up on the golf ball as opposed to slightly down on the golf ball. These are the factors that are happening. The question is, why? Why might you be basically striking the ball all over the face and certainly not in the center and slightly high? A lot of time you're hitting it too low. Why is that? Well, it's two phases. One's in the setup and the second's in an in-swing. We're going to start with the setup. And I see this not just with fairwoods. If you struggle with some of the other inconsistencies, this spreads all the way through. But this is one of probably the biggest thing I see. Golfers struggle to reach the ball. The principle here is this. Throughout this video, we're going to talk about golfers struggling to get the club low enough to the ground to strike their fairwoods. We want to get the club low so we can hit higher in the face. Golfers I see with fairwoods, they're just hitting too low on that face. So how do you get that club lower? Well, it starts initially with your setup. First thing I see is this. Golfers in poor setup, usually this is the number one reason. Their bum here is basically pushed too far beyond their heel line. So they're stuck out like this. They're bending too far over. What does this do? Well, it gets them bending too far over here. This then sets a distance. Now watch out for this. Watch this. This is what we call a position that's potentially too athletic to start the swing. Because when you're here, not only are you going to struggle to rotate from there, but what's going to happen? Your knees want to do this straight away. They want to do this to add power. Boom. So as you start to stand up quickly now in the downswing, people might call this early extension, you're moving away from the golf ball. So now you're struggling to reach it, you're going to have to stretch, i.e. you struggle to get the club head low enough to strike the golf ball here. It's going to lead to those inconsistencies. And I see other golfers doing this. Their knee flex again to the opposite. They're now tucked in here, but they're hanging back. Again, struggling to reach. So you're going to have to do what? Watch this. We're going to straighten the legs and we're going to get the pelvis much more underneath the torso here. So your back sideline here is more in line with your heels or just a bit behind. Now suddenly, watch this. Because you're stood a little bit taller, you're naturally going to be stood a little bit closer to the golf ball. If you're stood closer, it's a lot easier, look, to get into the shot. But the other thing it does is this. What do you see with all the best players? When they're stood here, you'll always see them squatting, getting power, very naturally, by the way. So you don't have to think about this, very naturally. Why? Well, when you start here, you give yourself scope to go backwards because you can. That's going to get you lower and again, more powerful. But if you're already here at the start, you're only going to go one way, which is stand up. This also, look at this. When you start to stand up, you throw the angles away and you get this flicky, almost chicken wing strike. So nice and simple, just get your butt line much more in line with your heels here. So you naturally stood a little bit closer, you let your arms hang, and this is going to be the first part on helping you get the club lower to the ground. You probably naturally find yourself being able now, naturally, by the way, to get your backside going backwards on the way through to help you get lower. That is stage number one. You don't have to think of all the in-swing things. They will generally happen more naturally. Stage number two is golfers who, even if they have this posture, they're so used to using, you might be the same, is that you're using too much of your hands and your arms. And what's happening here is this. These shoulders aren't working in what I like to call a pivot fashion, where the lead shoulder goes low in the backswing and then the trail shoulder goes low in the downswing. So it's kind of like this. What you might be doing, again, and it will stop you from getting down to the golf ball, you're swinging your hands and your arms, but the shoulders, look at this. They're staying too high. They're not pivoting. So you're simply swinging too high above the ball. You're literally swinging here. You're not able to get down to the golf ball. So you're swatting at it. You're literally wafting the club at this golf ball. The club's out of control. It's swinging all over the place. It's impossible to get down. So how do we get these shoulders working in such a way where they work more efficiently this way, down and down, versus not much going on here and the swing just become hands and arms? Well, I've got a couple of videos that I've done on this. I'll put one in the top right hand corner here and in the description box below, where I'll show you a simple pivot where we simply pivot the shoulders going back down here and through. You could even check this visual out here, stretch, stretch. I'll put more details of that in the description, but while you're here, I'm going to show you a nice simple exercise you can do with a towel. Put a towel under both arms here. It's quite an old exercise, this one, but really, really good. So you've taken your posture, and what you're going to do now is this. If you've just been swinging with your hands and your arms, you can't move now. What the towel does is connect both biceps to your chest. Now watch. You're going to be forced, look, in order to move the club back, you're going to be forced to use the shoulders. The shoulders work. They're going to work more down here, and then look, down on the way through, because I'm forced to use the whole body as opposed to my arms. If I use my arms on the way back, shoulder, this comes out, and again, on the way through, you can imagine it's just going to fall straight out. So simple exercise to feel the connection and force the shoulders to work so that you can stay down through the shot versus swat above the ball. So let's have a look at this in action. I'm not going to reach for this because it's only a small shot, and that's how you don't do full swings of this, but we get ourselves set in the posture position here, so I'm ready to go. I'm just going to do a few chip shots initially with the fairway. 1, 2, just nice little shots down the fairway. No big shots at this stage, just chipping them down there. And all you're doing at this stage is starting to feel the connection with your body. Remember, the problem and the principle is getting the club low enough to the ground to strike the golf ball. How do you keep low? Well, you've got to get the body working effectively so you can go low. You've got to have the posture in position so you can go low. So hit 2 balls like this on the range, just kind of getting a feel of that connection. 1, 2, so little taps, nothing major, just tapping them down there. Then once you've got the feel of that, what you can do is take that feel. I feel like my biceps are a bit more connected now to my chest, so I've got some coordination, and they'll start to kind of increase the speed. So you can see here what we're trying to do ultimately with the fairway woods is get the club down to the ground. We've got to get it down to the ground. We're struggling, you might be struggling, like I said, if your posture's not right. If you're already in an athletic position here, you're going to want to jump out of that position. Think about any sport. We start here, we're waiting for a tennis shot. We start here, we go down there. If we're going to jump, we start here, we go here, and we jump, yeah? So we want to do that in golf. We want to start with the backside more in line with the heels so that we can naturally go lower on the way down with athleticism. We don't want to be kind of starting here, getting our distance set, and then literally watch this. If I do this in slow motion, as I start standing up, I'm moving away from the golf ball. I'm going to have to stretch to hit it. So posture is vital. And remember, it will feel strange if it's new to you. Check it out in the mirror. You know, go in there, just double check in the mirror roughly where you are here. Get yourself in a nice relaxed position. You'll probably feel quite close. The second thing, if your body isn't able to get down to the golf ball, how do you play? You know, it's going to be difficult to hit the golf ball. So we've got to get our bodies working in a way that encourages a downward strike. If our body's at work and it's just our hands and our arms, our body's not going to help us to get down. We end up turning around here and we're floating above the ball. We're playing golf this way. That's what gets people swaying or doing this a lot, okay? They start to work this way. We want to go that way, down to the golf ball. Use the towel exercise to encourage the feeling of those shoulders working. Again, it's forced to work. And it's only for short shots, remember. You won't want to keep this completely connected all the time into a full shot. Eventually, look, I'm probably going to let go at some stage. But it's a great feeling initially just to go, look at that, I'm forced to use here. I'm forced to use it on the way through. It helps with that connection, helps to get that going. Throw it away, hit a few shots, trying to sense the same type of thing, and it will really, really help. And finally, check out the video that I did on the pivot. It's gone down so well. People are saying it's one of the simplest and easiest videos to understand. I'll put it in this, like I said, in the description, in the top right corner and the description box below. Get the pivot of the body here where the lead shoulder goes down here, the trail shoulder goes down. Look at how easy it then is for me to strike that golf ball through that shot versus, watch the difference, if I raise up those shoulders, I can't get down to the golf ball, I end up throwing this, and this is where you see all these flicky motions, but you struggle to hit the center of that face and you're hitting the bottom of the club. So two very, very simple things. Go away and practice them. Let me know in the comments box below how you get on. And of course, look, if you know some of your friends, I'm sure you do, who are struggling with their fairway woods, please share this video. I would really, really help. And of course, look, if you're new to the channel, this is one of your first videos of mine, consider subscribing by pressing that bell button and the subscribe button, and give it a like if you did enjoy it. Now, until next week, have a great golfing week.